Our 15-day tour of China continued as we spent the night and had a wonderful breakfast at the Jingqi Grand Hotel in Suzhou. We boarded our tour bus and went across town to a historic and beautiful garden. The Lingering Garden is located outside the Changmen Gate of Suzhou, which is in the Jiangsu province. It was commissioned by Zhu Taishi, an impeached and later exonerated official in 1593. Stonemason Zhao Xingqing designed and built the East Garden, as it was initially called. The East Garden became famous in its day when the magistrates of Wu and Chengzhou County both praised the design of Shiping Peak, which is a rockery constructed to resemble a mountain in Puteo. Ownership passed to Liu Su, another official, in 1798. After extensive reconstruction, he renamed it Cold Green Village. He added pine and bamboo groves. Now, he was an avid collector of what's called scholar stones, and he added 12 more scholar stones to the garden, housing them in the stone forest. It was also at this time that the Celestial Hall of Five Peaks was built. The garden soon acquired the nickname Liu Yuan from the owner's surname, and from 1823 the garden was open to public and became a famed resort. Ownership passed to Xing Kang, a treasurer of the Hubei province, in 1873. He repaired the damage caused to the garden by the chaos of the Taiping Rebellion. And after 3 years, the reconstruction was complete. That was in 1876, and the garden was then renamed to Liu Yuan. Now the name, while was an older name, connotes leisure and is thus paying tribute to the former owner, as well as the way that it became a resort, and it was during this time that it was a resort garden. It was also at this time that the auspicious cloud-capped peak stone was moved to its current location. The garden was inherited by Xing Zhuanhui from his father, but he abandoned the garden in 1911 and it fell into disrepair. During the Sino-Japanese War, the garden was abandoned again, and it even degenerated into a breeding zone for Army's horses. After the establishment of the People's Republic of China, Suzhou government took over and renovated the garden. It was reopened to the public in 1954, and in 2001, the garden was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, and it remains a major tourist attraction. Since its creation, the Lingering Garden has been well received by critics and has inspired many artists, one of which said, "The rockeries, plants, pavilions, towers, and halls are among the best in Wu County." Now, Suzhou has a history of over 2,500 years. It was founded in 514 BC, and it has an abundant display of relics and sites of historical interest. The city's canals, the stone bridges, the pagodas, and the meticulously designed gardens have contributed to its status as one of the top tourist attractions in China. Suzhou is often called the Venice of China. As late as the early 20th century, much of the city consisted of islands connected by rivers and creeks and canals, and the canals led to the surrounding countryside. Suzhou is on a plain south of the Yangtze River, about 60 miles west of Shanghai. Both the 800-year-old Pianjiang Road and the 1,200-year-old Shangtang Street are on the list of China's national historic and cultural streets. Around AD 100, Suzhou became one of the 10 largest cities in the world, mostly due to the immigration from northern China. Since the 10th century, it has been an important commercial center of China. Suzhou was also a national economic and cultural center, as well as the largest non-capital city in the world. That is until 1860, when the city was captured and many of its buildings and gardens destroyed during the Taiping Rebellion. When the city was recaptured 3 years later, Shanghai had already taken its predominant place in the nation. Since major economic reforms began in 1978, Suzhou has become one of the fastest growing major cities in the world. And due to its high life expectancy and its per capita incomes, Suzhou is one of the most highly developed and prosperous cities in China. We rode the 60 miles back to Shanghai, and we couldn't help but notice the unusual architecture, like the Blue Jean building, or the construction cranes that were everywhere, or the heavy traffic with all the late model cars that were newly purchased by the people getting their first cars. We passed unusual structures such as the 85-foot tall flower tree. As we entered Shanghai, our guide described the city of Shanghai and gave us a taste of the politics there. We stopped and toured the Tianhao silk factory, and we saw the big silk looms and a demonstration of how the silk from the cocoons can be stretched and layered to make a comforter. The silk products for sale there were beautiful and quite tempting. The sun was setting as we rode into downtown Shanghai. We passed many brightly lit city shops, and we caught glimpses of the business going on in each shop. The bus driver dropped us off a few blocks from our destination, and we walked through some of the bright lit streets lined with sidewalk cafes, restaurants, and shops. Our destination was the Bund, which means embankment, and the spectacular view of the Shanghai Pudong district. It has a night skyline when you look across the Hungpu River that is fantastic and draws people from all over the world. Of course, Shanghai is the most populous city proper in the world, with a population of more than 24 million as of 2014. As one of the 4 direct-controlled municipalities of the People's Republic of China, it is a global financial center and transport hub with the world's busiest container port. It's located in the Yangtze River Delta in East China, and it sits on the south edge of the mouth of the Yangtze in the middle portion of the eastern Chinese coast. It's a major administrative, shipping, and trading city. Well, Shanghai grew in importance in the 19th century due to the trade and recognition of its favorable port location and economic potential. The city was one of 5 treaty ports forced open to foreign trade following the British victory over China in the First Opium War. Shanghai has been described as the showpiece of the booming economy of mainland China.